Chapter 24, Belfast, Friday, April 12th, 1912, 3:50 p.m. Donovan's Bar and Grill on Victoria Street had not had a working kitchen since the turn of the century. Ever since the restaurant had become headquarters for James Gilhooly and his organization, it was from this nerve center that the gangster oversaw a criminal empire that controlled the Belfast shipyards and beyond. Many passengers came and went at Donovan's, but this one was greeted with suspicion. He was not one of the usual runners employed by Gilhooly. He was a representative of the Marconi Company, which sent, received, and delivered wireless communications. Thanks to Mr. Marconi's astonishing new invention, Morse code messages could be forwarded from ship to ground station, reaching anywhere in the world in mere hours. It was just another way that the world had changed for the better in this incredible 20th century.
Or you could send a text message.
It's from the Titanic, the courier announced. At the mention of the great ship, James Gilhooly himself rushed to the door and snatched the envelope, tossing a few coins to the man. "My baby brother's aboard her." He ripped open the Marconigram and examined the paper, his face flushing with anger. "Damned if he isn't in jail," he roared, "and Seamus too." "Why would we expect better from the English?" growled the man behind the bar. "It wasn't the English," Gilhooly raged. "It was that little street rat, his partner." All attention in the room turned to the boy, who was on his hands and knees on the floor, scrubbing with a wire brush. Daniel Sullivan. His eyes were still swollen, nearly shut, from the beating he'd received at the hands of this gang more than a week ago. By all rights, he should have been dead, and would have been, but the Gilhoolys had decided it was fine sport to keep him alive and turn him into an unpaid drudge and captive. For the past 10 days, he had washed floors, cleaned water closets, and slaved over dishes and laundry for a group of men who taunted and tormented him at every turn. The men who had thrashed him and murdered Patty. Only Patty wasn't dead. Daniel smiled as he scrubbed, ignoring the pain of a split lip. His friend had gotten away. And not only that, but he'd managed to land himself aboard the greatest ship in the world, right alongside Mr. Thomas Andrews himself. Better still, Patty had been instrumental in having Kevin Gilhooly and his musclemen toss in the clink. As miserable as Daniel's lot had become, as bleak as his future might be, he still felt joy at the knowledge that his friend was sailing away toward a new life in America. Nothing could stop Patty now.